Hello, cute tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play the game with cute animals that all try to kill us. Lobotomy Corporation, with me, BlueAnkylo. That's the intro. So, between episodes, equip some armor. Our guys now have mostly Teth armor, except for the no-name Finn, and that should help keep us alive. And I think I showed buying the stats at the end of the last level, so most people have at least 2s in their stats, which should make things a little bit easier for the moment. And with that, let's get started. Our current quest we cannot complete because it needs to be day 19, which is a long way away. So no quests, just research and get some skills up, and that's pretty much it. So we'll probably have a shorter day. Should be nice. But first, we're going to learn about this thing. Oh, it's this thing. I know this thing. We're going to send Finn in, because if we're going to ruin anybody, we're going to ruin Finn. And he doesn't even have any armor. Perfect. Alright, this thing is actually not a good tool, but you'll see. Have fun, Finn. Totally safe. Yes, no, yes, no. No. So, it's back and forth, back and forth. If you end on a yes, well, I don't want to spoil it, but yes is probably better than ending on a no. The good news is he doesn't die, he just doesn't have very good stats at all. So, because we stayed in a little while, we learned that an employee using the machine will experience an increase in all status. Well, that's not what he got. So let's try again. Let's try to get to the next tier of research. I mean... So he got the upgrade that time. He's now our best employee. Great! It's an awesome ability. So now we know that it's called You Must Be Happy. And the longer you're in it, who knows, something happens. So now he's got great stats. We can go do all kinds of easy stuff. Like, it should be much easier to work with. Did you see that? Level 4. He's fine. I don't even know. If he gets a 6 here, I'm gonna be so mad. We can't finish Payday with level 5 Temperance. Anyway, this is a tool that we won't really actually be using. As much as that looks pretty awesome. We need to finish researching it here. We still got lots of time to get to the final research. So you just stay in there for a while. You'll be fine. Just gotta learn how this thing works. Alright, level 2. The amount of stat rising becomes higher the longer the machinery is used. It must be really high by now. But I want to research it all. Keep using it. You'll be fine, Finn. Don't worry about it. It's not like some random must be happy machine would ever kill anybody. You have to stay in there quite a long time. Oh, level 3 is ready. Be sure to stop the machine only when yes is displayed. If usage is stopped with no, all stats will drop as much as if they'd increased. Huh. I mean, it looks like it's mostly saying no right now. He is stuffy, yeah, that's true. We'll finish the research, though, and then we'll let him out. If he lives that long. I mean, he hasn't died yet. Alright, level 4. Increased stats will return to normal the next day. However, employees who've gained more than 200 vanish. He already had 58 in every stat, so he's already dead. He's a dead man walking. Sorry, Finn. Warning! There's been an incident where an employee who used the target 5 times exploded on the spot. Well, he better hope he gets a yes. Nope. So, now he's got 0 stats. Basically. It's like level 1, very minimum. Terrible. The good news is, he fully researched it. It's totally done. He can go chill. So, the good news is we can mostly ignore the thing. But, it's very difficult to get a lot of value out of it. If you only used it a short time, you could get a small stat boost at the beginning where you can hit a yes. Like, you can kind of just time clicking on a yes. But it won't be a very big upgrade. It might be like 10 or 20 to all stats, which is nice, but... I mean... I have an idea. So, fella, you're going to be our new dog whisperer because you have a little bit low HP, right? You got the lowest HP? Not counting Finn. Well, Rides has a little bit lower. But I want fella to become better with dogs. Because I hear he has a dog. Because he let the dogs out. So, we're going to try. Alright, here we go. Normal speed. Good luck, fella. I'm not going to leave you in very long. Okay, almost there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Alright. What do we get? Look at that. Plus 18 and everything. Easy. And that shouldn't make you disappear. It says it needs 200 to disappear. More than 200 status makes you disappear. So as long as we're at... I assume that's 18 times 4. That's, I don't know, some number. That's less than 80 anyway. There's no way that'll kill you. Even if they count the doubles, then it's 18 times 6. That's still less than 200. You're totally fine. And now you can just go work on the dog, because you're going to be awesome with all your new stats. Look at this. Look at all those stats. Alright, but seriously, there's not a whole lot else to do here. It's got a 9. Not bad. Oh, now someone has to go in there. Well, actually, you don't. So, when there's a meltdown, if... Let's see, a more example. If the dog meltdown, if you ignored it, the clip-off counter would go down and it would escape. So this would be a bad one to ignore during meltdown mode. But if it's a non-escaped object, like One Sin, if he breaks down, or if he has a meltdown, nothing happens other than you lose a little bit of your energy. So right now, we can actually ignore meltdowns on One Sin or the Tool, and only deal with meltdowns on these two because they can escape. Although, the bird can escape without killing anyone. So primarily, we need to stop meltdowns on Pade. Using the machine 5 times forever, or just in a day, let's see. It probably means 5 times on the same day. It's part of the translation is not always super clear, but there are very few things that keep track over time from day to day. Almost everything resets at the end of the day. Like, almost everything resets at the end of the day. Plus, it does say that, like, your stats should return to normal the next day. I'm pretty sure that resets the counter of how many times you've used it. But, again, I could be wrong. We can test it out on Finn. He used it like 3 times, so if we use it 2 times tomorrow and he blows up, then we know. Alright. So, fella, you're going to use the dog one more time. We're just kind of getting some stat ups here. Test it on Finn. Exactly. Poor Finn. He might even just disappear. I don't even know. So you might notice that at the moment we have no easy way to train Repression or Justice. This is the hardest stat to train. Definitely. So now I'm just going to split up our training a little bit while we rack up some energy. I don't want to waste too much time here, but some extra energy wouldn't hurt. Or some extra stats wouldn't hurt, that is to say. Oof. Jelka, don't you fail. Alright, we got another meltdown on the machine that we can ignore. I think if we pay attention, it'll probably drop our energy by like 10 points or so, but... You know, we could also just end the day right now. But, I would like to get some more people to better stats. It's tough, guys, because, like, I kind of want to grind it out, because it makes our future a lot easier. If I don't grind it out now, then what are we going to do when we get a A level 3, a heh level. We need like an extra fast forward. If you're wondering when I'm choosing employees like this, I'm often just thinking who could use, who's at full HP and could use the stat that I'm training. Like the bird, I'm in training prudence. The dog, I'm training fortitude. The one sin, I'm training temperance. So I'm just looking for whoever's got like the lowest level of those stats and enough HP to survive. That's kind of all I'm really working on right now. Like Blue and Fella are both tier 3 fortitude, so we can probably skip them on the trainer for Pode for now. Level 3's, like, if you think about it, Zayn's level 1, Teth is level 2, Heh is level 3, Wah is level 4. So basically, I feel like once you're level 3, you're already one level of fortitude higher than the guy is, so you probably don't need to train higher than that. Not that having more HP will ever hurt, but... So it's mostly Jelka and Rides that need a little bit of stat ups right now. And I'd like to get... I mean, honestly, getting your temperance to 3 as well wouldn't hurt. That was kind of close there. Oh, you probably should go back to heal between. Bella, I actually need you to fix the dog. You can go heal up after the meltdown's over. Because the dog cannot escape. Let's do... Dog will be fixed. No problems. No puppies. Yeah. That would be terrible if this thing started reproducing. Alright. Fella and Blue have enough fortitude. Jelka can go work on it. And again, I don't pay, like... I don't generally keep a great mental track of, like, how many times I've sent every single person in everywhere. It's not worth it. I'm gonna do this cycle and then one more cycle of jobs and then we'll call it good. Like, we'll finish up this meltdown and then I'll move on to the next day, because no need to sit around here watching this forever, because, spoiler alert, the next day is gonna look very similar, so we don't need to do this for too long. So who was that? That was Jelka. So then next time around, we'll send Jelka to the bird and Rides to the Pide. And that'll have to do for the moment. And Finn, if you survive... Fella, oh right, the reason you have level... His stats are buffed, so the display here is not 100% accurate to what he actually has. Because those are going to go back down to normal at the end of the day. So it looks like he's overpowered, but it's only because of the machine. Now, that is to say, I could possibly put every single person into the machine, and everybody could have a plus 20 buff all the time. Maybe it is 5 times total, because that would be pretty overpowered. A long-term 20 to 30 stat buff to everything is pretty huge. That's something for Finn to test on the next day. Nope. It is not something for Finn to test on the next day. Because... Wait, where's Finn? It's fine. It makes room for another YouTuber to join in. Anyway, Fella, his stats, it looks like they went down, but they didn't really go down because that's just a temporary debuff wearing off. He got so stuffy, he died. The work you did still progresses your increasing in stats. It's just your temporary stats went away. So, yeah, that's fine. Nothing to worry about there. Let's, we'll probably do, for this video, because there's really nothing to go for day 4 and 5, we'll just skip right through both of them on the same episode, because there's not going to be a whole lot to talk about. The founder said this to me several times. Each successful experiment makes you a better person. The company became great after repeated failures and difficulties. So will you. Every day in the company is a step forward towards greatness. How was your day? Of course it was fine. Let's skip past the pleasantries. Manager, how has your life been? I mean, it's been okay. I don't know. There's no good option. Leading a normal life is an achievement of sorts. You can always improve the quality of your life. It's a cheap metaphor, but a tree doesn't just grow anywhere. It requires fertile soil, the right temperature, and water. Most seeds end up on barren soil. For them, rooting and sprouting small leaves are a challenge full of pain. I can't provide you with water or light, but I will do my best to tend to the soil. Thanks, Angela. Good day. So, you may have noticed we didn't select a abnormality this time around. The 5th day of your cycle, when you finish off a section, there's no 5th room. So there's no new abnormality. So most days you get an abnormality except the last day of your 5 cycle. So that's why we're going to group these together. We've got enough points to hire somebody, although not give them any stats. Let me pick someone else. A long time... Let's go with Grotham, another person. He's not in the chat right now, but he shows up pretty often. He's one of our YouTube members, and we'll get him in there relatively early. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks. Not good enough. 1, 2, 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. Happy! Or... Yes, just sleep. Sleep tight. That'll do. I feel like that's appropriate in this facility. So unfortunately, Grotham is not going to have a great early adventure with no stats. It's going to be difficult to work on anything besides one sin, but we'll let him play around on one sin, and then probably by the next day we'll have enough lobotomy points to upgrade him a little bit. Now, that's not to say I won't give him anything. When Finn died, he stole our weapons and armor, so what a jerk. But I will give Grotham at least the basic armor and weapons. Not that we have anything else available. Alright. That's our team. Nothing else to change around. You can see our stats are going up. I have a feeling I'm just going to ignore this tool, because it sounds a little risky right now, and I'm not a huge fan of risky options, so that's kind of the plan. 5 people per department. There will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 departments. So maybe 50 people max, I think. Something like that. Alright, let's get to work. So, Grotham, I'm going to try to get his attachment to level 2 for free, and then I'll spend 2 points to raise his fortitude and prudence later. Insight, the goal will be to get people to level 3 fortitude and prudence. So Jelka's already got level 3, now it's Ride's turn. Punishing Bird, same thing, trying to get people to level 3, which means Blue and Fella get a lot of the day off. Lucky us. I mean, Fella's stats aren't bad, but we're missing out on those huge bonuses now. Oh, by the way, you got some dog ears from all the dog work. I think that might be our first ego gift. Jelka also has the dog ears. It's just what you always wanted, right? We've got... So, one thing that's sort of unfortunate is the dog ears overlap the same slot as the one sin, whatever, brambles. So, you either get 2 SP and better work on one sin, or 4 HP but a debuff to your success and work speed. So, this is not like a great... I could have actually got more armor in base there. Whoops. We could have 5 people with better armor. Oh, well. But yeah, anyway, that's sharing the same slot. This one is a brooch slot, so this is an extra one that we can fit in there. Accessories are auto-equipped, yes. That is correct. Alright. Well, we're already pretty much, everyone's up to fortitude. Can they be replaced? Basically, the way it works is you can only have one for each slot. And when you're given the new one, you, like, throw away the old one. So if for instance, during this work session, I successfully get the 5% chance drop, my current headband, whatever, from one sin will get replaced by the dog ears. It did not, but that's what could have happened. Alright, so we're going to have Jelka work on the bird primarily, while Rides gets his fortitude to 3. This will be another pretty easy day. There's not a lot to really do here. Get some stats to level 3, and that's about it. I think if we've got most people with Teth armor and level 3 primary stats, there shouldn't be too much that we can't handle in the next section. Because we're going to go down from control, we're going to go down, and we'll get one of our rooms down here. And it's more likely we'll see more dangerous... That's unfortunate. So we already lost one of our Pades. Sucks. This day might end a little bit earlier if we can't succeed on the Pade. We'll do one more time for Grotham with 1 sin. I'm worried here. It might be better to ignore the dog once he's down to 1 on his counter. But I can end anytime I want. I just have to pay close attention. Alright, Meltdown starts. We'll pause so I can pay better attention here. And I gotta pay attention. So don't let this... This looks much better. We just can't get a 6, or else he gets out. We'll probably go a couple more cycles, and then we'll get out of here. And it's nice to have some reserve PE boxes here as well. It means if someone dies and you lose their armor, you can just rebuy it back immediately, which is quite nice. Well, Jelka's not fully healed. Neither of them are. You know what? I'll go cover the Meltdown just so he doesn't get out. Should be safer. I mean, I don't know for sure, because level 1 and level 3 Fortitude say high the same. It's hard to know if my stats in Fortitude really make much difference here. Certainly higher Temperance will help because of the work success, but it's hard to know for a given, you know, rating if it's going, if it's like high, high plus 1, high plus 2, high plus 3. Like, I don't know if that's actually true or not. So we've sent Jelka to the bird quite a few times. That should have his SP go up quite a lot. Grotham has done quite a lot of Temperance. Yeah, we won't do this too much longer, but better to get a little bit ahead now with our current employees than have an unbeatable monster next time. That is to say, there's kind of diminishing returns. It's much better to train on high-level monsters than low-level monsters. Grotham already got the headband, yeah. It is 5% chance. I mean, 1 in 20, I don't know. He seems to be doing quite well. Everyone's got a head slot already, actually. That's pretty good. Does anyone have the brooch, though? The brooch is a little bit harder to see. He might. Don't think anyone got the bird beak yet. Oh, no, there you go. It's kind of hard to see on your chest there, but Jelka actually has the bird beak and the dog ears. So that's what counteracts his well, he gets a debuff to Temperance basically, and then a buff to Justice, which is attack speed and movement speed, which plus 2 doesn't make that much difference. That's like, for the most part, early game, I wouldn't focus on the ego gift drops all that much. Plus or minus 1 or 2 doesn't make that much difference. The bird wouldn't even give you the beak. I can send you in there one more time. You got a 5% chance. There is a way eventually to increase the chance of that drop rate. So if you don't like those tiny percents, you can raise that a little bit. No, don't send him into the bird. Alright, we can get out of here now anytime we need to. There you go, fella. You'll be fine. Alright, so I sent... We'll do one more dog for rides. That should get him to Fortitude 3 for sure. There we go. Fella's super happy to be in there with the little friendly bird again. And if we stick around too long, the bird will escape just from us working the other abnormalities, so it's probably better to get out eventually. Tell you what, just to be fair, I'll go in there one more time too. Did you get the brooch, though? That's what I was really sending you in there for. You did not get his beak. Sorry. Alright, let's do, We'll finish this up, we'll do one more set of 3, and then we'll get out of here. I could do this for hours. We could just get everyone up to max stats on the first 2 monsters. That's the way to do it. Alright. Insight for... I mean, I sent Jelka in there a lot. Let's send Rides in. We'll send... I don't want to send Grotham in there. Let's just try to make sure Grotham gets his temperance up, and then we can buy him some fortitude and prudence at the end of the at the in-between time. So this will be our last cycle. No big deal. Early on in the game, you can do this pretty much forever if you want. Later on, you won't even be able to do this because as your meltdown level goes up, there will be events that you just can't survive. So this kind of grinding is no longer available after a while. Which is kind of why I like to do it early on. This is the only time that it's safe to just waste cycles on this kind of stuff. Eventually we'll have crazy monsters spawning in the hallways like Malkuth was warning us. Actually, I think starting on day 6 we'll start seeing ordeals, I believe. Alright, there we go. Did anybody get any beaks? That does not look like a beak. Not a beak. Not a beak. So just Jelka. Jelka's the chosen bird. Good enough. You do have a gun. It does like 2 damage. The monsters probably have like 200, so don't be too excited. Now, this is an unfortunate side effect here. If you don't work on a stat at all, sometimes it will go down a little bit. So Fella's Fortitude went from 3 to 2, which is unfortunate. But you may notice his HP did not go down. So I think it's just that your work stat goes down a little bit over time if you're not working on it. But it's generally like, it's pretty easy to get that back now. Like you're right up, you're just below enough to have 3. So you go do 1 work with the dog and it'll go back up kind of thing. Grotham did get to Temperance 2, which is what I was going for. And everybody else got some basically HP and SP the way we wanted. Now that we're past like this, the teens, the mid-teens for HP and SP, now that we're into the 40s, 30s, 50s a little bit, it will be much harder for us to die to low-rank monster damage while we're working on it. You know, we had the bird kill a couple people just with passive damage ticks. That shouldn't be a huge problem on low-level monsters now. So we can sort of skip their damage type a little bit and just focus on the more dangerous ones as they show up. Which may or may not be right now. So what do we have? Seagulls. That is not dangerous. That's a very easy one. The more blood it has, the more beautiful it is. Sounds like it might be bad. Or everything will be peaceful while you're under the fairy's care. So, again, I'm trying not to spoil things. This is another Zayn, a level 1. This one is also a Zayn, a level 1. I don't think I've ever had this one before, but I believe it's at least a Teth. So, in the purpose of getting better armor and weapons, and also better stats, these guys are kind of not great choices, although they're safer, because it's much less likely they'll kill you. So if you're playing along, I would recommend taking either the Seagulls or the Fairies, because they're both fairly safe, easy to use abnormalities, but they are Zayn, so you're not getting amazing armor. The bloodbath, though. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I've ever even had this, so... The more blood it has, the more beautiful it is. Yeah, I think I know what it is. I just have never actually had it myself. We'll go with that. As you know, there are a lot of employees working for the company. Most of them want to know more about you. Some will show initiative and approach you first. It's funny, knowing you in person doesn't improve the odds. There are no regulations that prevent you from interacting with them in person. It seems the one who made the rules didn't consider situations like this. It is a good opportunity for you to show them that you care. Words travel faster than you might think. I am not going to stop someone from reaching you, but you don't have to do everything they want. Just thank them for their effort, and tell them you wish they would keep up the good work. Great managers. Great managers. That's a win-win, don't you think? Is that how I should reply to all my comments? Thank you. Keep up the good work. Are you following me? What we need is a gesture of goodwill. Nothing more. Don't go overboard. Give them a vending machine and they will demand a bar. I expect you to make the right decision. So, now you can see the next 3 sections. And you only get one choice at the moment, but... You sawed. Now I'm in charge of the information team. Would you like to open the team before starting the day? So he's the information expert. He wears a stupid scarf, and he's just stupid. You sawed. Got a big Y on his arm. I'm Yashad. He seems to say that a lot as well. Alright, so it's another repository day. I think maybe the repositories are just every time you unlock a new section or something like that, maybe. That'll definitely be a TEF. So, the ones that have 8 are basically Zains. The ones that are 12s are TEFs. If it says 16 or 20, I'm not 100% sure, but it might be a Heh. No, 16 is Heh, 20 is Wa, the level 4, and then 30 is Aleph. So you can basically tell what tier it is just by looking at that number there, I think. And then these ones sometimes change a little bit, but the main number, 8, 12, 16, 20, 30, is how you determine how dangerous it will be. So at least we got a level 2, which is a little bit better for training. We got lots of points. Let's spend those before I forget. So, new Grotham. There you go, a little bit more survivable. I think Blue and Fella, we're going to head down to lead the information team. It's generally smart to send your strongest employees to the new section as you unlock them. Because generally, that will be your most dangerous abnormalities. Also, they're new, so you don't know what to do. And then the old, like the B team, they can handle the old ones that hopefully they already know how to work with. Now, we have some weapons and some armor. So let's give Grotham the cute armor. And might as well have the matching paws. So the cute paws are very short range, normal attack speed, which is not great. But it does red damage, so, you know, that's something. Who else has the puppy? Me. Great. Well, I'll have the paws then, I guess. And, why is there a mismatch? Oh, you get 3... Well, why would you do that? I want 3 armors and 3 paws. Not 3 armors and 2 paws. Jerks. Hello, change name. Welcome back. So basically what I was going to say was I wanted everyone to have Teth weapons and armor, but one person is stuck with a Zayn weapon. So Jelka will just have to get along with that. 3 streams years apart. Well, that's okay. I'm going to recruit probably one more person, although we don't really have enough things to work on right now, but I want to keep ahead of the recruitment game. Also, it gets these viewers in a little bit quicker. So, I have enough points to at least start with a half-decent employee. And we'll go with, let's see, I'll pick another one of my patrons that hasn't got in yet. Jiral is another one that seems to come around pretty often. So, not like that, like that. So that gets kind of most of the mainline patrons and memberships in. There'll be more for sure as time goes on, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know. Is there any eyes we haven't seen yet? Cross. There you go. I don't think we have anyone with black hair yet, so that's good. First person with black hair, and that'll do. Alright, so there you go, Jarrell. That gets us another valuable employee to throw away. Actually, you know what I should do? This is a no-name person. They don't even get a name. I'm going to use Dia to experiment with the whatever it's called, the You Must Be Happy. Because I need to test out if it's 5 times on the same day or 5 times in their life. So what I can do is, in the next day, Dia can work it, say, 4 times. And then on the day after, if they explode immediately, then we know it saves it across across days. And if that's the case, it's really useless. But if Dia can do 4 times on one day and then another 4 times on the next day, that means that it's actually pretty useful, and we could easily get everybody some base stats up if we have a difficult abnormality to deal with. So if we find something that we're just not quite strong enough to handle, we can send them in, get a +10 or a +20, and then maybe that'll be enough. But anyway, that's the end of this episode. I suppose at the very least Jarrell should have some basic armor, so let's do that. But we'll have to wait till we get better stuff. And we'll have to learn more. Oh, you know what I've been forgetting? Oh, I'm terrible. I haven't been reading the stories for the birds. Okay, before we end our stream. A little confident bird that punishes the weak, the sinners, and other profane ones. Some employees stated that it looks fairly cute after seeing its small wings flapping. People have been committing sins from a long time ago. For a long time. Why do they commit such a thing? Even when they know that it's bad, a little bird wondered. It must be because they don't have someone that punishes bad people. Foul things will never happen if I take that role myself. A little bird moved out of the forest that it had been living in for a lifetime and never went back. So, again, this does relate to some other abnormalities. It used to live in a forest and it punishes bad people, and it's like a punishing bird. That kind of explains why if you ignore it, it doesn't really hurt you, but if you attack it, suddenly it goes crazy. It considers that a bad person, I guess. And then I didn't do the dog either, so the dog story, oh boy. One last story before we wrap up. Holy smokes. Alright. I'm out of water. Of course I'm out of water. This abnormality is based on a backer, a tumblebug backer. Alright. Fluffy, cute puppy with white fur. This abnormality is so cute that just looking at it makes you feel better. It has the eyes of an angel and is the purest thing in the world. Further description of this creature is deleted for brevity's sake. The sentences were just, it's cute, in various ways. This abnormality has absolutely no negative influence. It's just that your heart could ache if you look at it for too long because of the cuteness. Employees who enter this abnormality's containment unit tend to lose control and often have to forcefully be removed from the unit by other employees. Caution is advised as the other employees sometimes also get captivated by its cuteness and lose control. Is that what happened, fella? Is that what you let it out? Attempts to bring the abnormality out of the containment unit may occur, but most of the time they are suppressed. When there are too many employees that want to work with the abnormality, a lottery is held to decide who to go. Employees show symptoms of mental regression, such as slurred speech upon entering the containment unit, but it seems only temporary. Many employees refer to this abnormality as good boy Pode, but its official designated is Pode. Be cautious not to get confused. It's not a good boy. This is a bad boy. Every employee who enters this containment unit must file a video or photo report involving the abnormality. Extremely important. A company this size always has a myth or two. You can hear bones breaking if you walk down the hallways at night. If you go in and see what that sound is about, you will see that cryptid yeti eating another employee. Now, if you remember, when it broke out, it did not look like a little dog. It definitely looked larger. Perhaps like a Yeti. But we don't have any abnormality that looks like Yeti. Alright, John. You need to be thankful. It's a rare opportunity for a Jacob to be working on a good boy pudding. Now, I don't know if that's a typo, or if literally the employees are classified as a name type. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, you're a employee Jacob style. I have a feeling that's not a typo. It's hitting me with paws. Is this an attack? He wants you to feed him. Don't you know that it's corporate trend to always carry dog food or two? I don't really like animals. By the way, this puppy is pretty beefed up. Is this how puppies are? This one must have played catch a lot. We used to play catch pretty often just to see him running for the ball. We stopped for some reason. Hey, did you see his face when I fed it? It was super creepy. Oh, it's just your imagination. He's an angel. Oh, he's a good boy. Does this thing have some kind of mental manipulation power? I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, the cutie pie. Oh, it's a cutie pie. Have you been waiting for me? Or have you been waiting for? This is still John. Have you been waiting for me, PewDiePie? Puday? Not PewDiePie. Hey, it's, eating something. But, aren't we the first people to come in here today? Oh, you good boy was hungry, hmm? Oh, he's so cute. Oh, look, he's chewing on it. What the hell are you eating? Oh, it's a finger of James. He went missing last patrol. Look at that nail. Can't you remember him bragging about how he had a shape of a heart drawn on his nails? I told you this thing's up to no good. Oh, I can't believe it. Who? This abnormality's the killer. I can understand your shock, but I've told you numerous times there can't be a cute pet in this place. I'm glad you finally come to your... Who didn't feed him in time? Oh, this poor thing must have been starving all night. It's heartbreaking. Maybe we should suppress it. Oh, how could you do something so violent to this cute little boy? Look at his eyes. Animals are innocent. The cutie boy was so good. The abnormality shows no reaction. Only a sound of a bone being chewed is heard. Sir, your angel is chewing a body part of our colleague. What are you, a newbie? Don't you know anything cute is forgiven? I've never heard about that and don't believe it. We must tranquilize it. If you won't, I will. No! And the recording cuts out. Thus, I requested a motion of the employee who fired a tranquilizer to Pude. Such an animal abuser has no place in our company. Our good boy, Pude, is greatly shocked by this incident. He only eats 5 kilograms of his favorite snack now. Which leads to another request for the new snack for Pude. High-class salmon rich with vitamin B. I'll be waiting the reply. Reply. Request accepted. In your next request, attach 5 different photos of good boy Pude. So yeah, he might have some mental manipulation or something. But there's a good story for us. Alright, that's it for today. For those future tubers watching, thanks for watching and I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.